is no point in taking that class, or why are they teaching this, because we'll never apply to real life. Well, today we're going to read a book kind of about that, about a little girl who probably never thought math could apply to everything. The book we're reading today is The Math Curse by John Sadetsky and Lane Smith. On Monday in math class, Miss Fibianca says, "You know, you can think of almost everything as a math problem." On Tuesday, I start having problems. I wake up at 7:15. It takes me 10 minutes to get dressed, 15 minutes to eat breakfast, and 1 minute to brush my teeth. Suddenly, it's a problem. If my bus leaves at 8, will I make it on time? How many minutes in an hour? How many teeth in a mouth? Oh no. I look in my closet and the problem gets worse. I have 1 white shirt, 3 blue shirts, a striped shirt, and that ugly plaid shirt my Uncle Zeno sent me. How many shirts is that altogether? How many shirts would I have if I threw away that awful plaid shirt? When will Uncle Zeno quit sending me such ugly shirts? I'm getting a little worried. Everything seems to be a problem. Have you ever had that problem? Getting ready in the morning and not knowing how much time you took? I take the milk out for my cereal and wonder, how many quarts in a gallon? How many pints in a quart? How many inches in a foot? How many feet in a yard? How many yards in my neighborhood? How many inches in a pint? How many feet in my shoe? I don't even bother to take out the cereal. I don't want to know how many flakes in a bowl. Miss Fibianca obviously put the math curse on me. Everything I look or think about has become a math problem. Have you guys ever thought about how everything can be turned into a math problem? Now we're going to see some cool ways to turn things into math problems. I try to get on the bus without thinking about anything, but there are 5 kids already on the bus. 5 kids get on at the next stop. 5 more get on at the last stop. True or false? What is the driver's last name? Is that really a math problem? No. But it's still kind of funny. Miss Fibianca has this chart of the months everyone's birthday's in. Which month has the most birthdays? Why doesn't February have a W? What does this ink spot look like? The whole morning is one problem after another. There are 24 kids in my class. I just know someone is going to bring cupcakes to share. We sit in 4 rows with 6 desks in each row. What if Miss Fibianca rearranges the desk to make 6 rows? 8 rows, 3 rows, 2 rows. I count the 24 kids in our class again, this time by 2s. Jake scratches his paper with 1 finger. How many fingers are in our class? Casey pulls Eric's ear. How many ears are in our class? The new girl Kelly sticks her tongue out at me. How many tongues in our class? I'm about really to lose it when the lunch bell rings. Uh-oh, what do you think's gonna happen now? Unfortunately for me, lunch is pizza and apple pie. Each pizza is cut into 8 equal slices. Each pie is cut into 6 equal slices. And you know what that means? Fractions! If I want 2 slices of pizza, should I ask for 1/8, 2/8, 2 slices of pizza? That's a lot of pizza. What is another way to say 1/2 of an apple pie? 2/6, 3/6? La molte de una tarde oxa primos? Which tastes greater? 1/2 a pizza or 1/2 of an apple pie? We haven't studied fractions yet. So it takes 12 carrot sticks, 3 at a time, and eat them 2 at a time. Personally, if I had the option to eat carrots, pizza, or apple pie, I most definitely would still eat pizza, regardless of the math problem. In the afternoon, every subject is a problem. Social studies is a geography problem. The Mississippi River is about 4,000 kilometers long. And M&M is about 1 centimeter long. There's about 100 centimeters in a meter and 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Can you spell Mississippi without M&Ms? English is a word problem. If mail plus box equals mailbox, does lipstick minus stick equal lips? Does tuna fish plus tuna fish equal forna fish? Even phys ed is a problem. Can anybody imagine going to phys ed class and having math problems? This kid did. In 1919, Babe Ruth hit 29 home runs, batted .322, and made $40,000. In 1991, the average Major League Baseball player hit 15 home runs, batted a .275, and made $840,000. Who do you think was the better player? I'm going to say Babe Ruth. He definitely got paid a lot less. In art, we finally get to relax with Connect the Dot picture. Here's my picture. Too bad it turns out to be a Connect the Ancient Mayan numerical picture. Can anybody connect with those dots? Math is just a total problem. Miss Bibianca says there are many ways to count. She asks us to give examples. Russell counts on his fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Molly says 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Miss Bibianca says, I always count. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. But on the planet Tetra, kids only have 2 fingers and on each hand. They count 1, 2, 3, 10. And on the planet Binary, kids have only 1 finger on each hand. They count 1, 10. Can anybody tell me the next numbers in these sequences? So do you really think math is a curse? Or do you ever think this math curse will end? We're just about to go home when Rebecca remembers special birthday cupcakes her mom made. There are 24 kids in the class. Rebecca has 24 cupcakes. Sounding good so far, huh? So what's the problem? Rebecca wants Miss Bibianca to have a cupcake. Everyone is going crazy trying to figure out what fraction of a cupcake each person will get. I'm the first to figure it out. I raise my hand and tell Miss Bibianca I'm allergic to cupcakes. Everyone, 24, believes me and gets 1 cupcake. No one, 0, has figured out fractions. This seems to be a problem. I stagger out of school. I'm a math zombie now. I have to find something to break this math curse. I decide to try chocolate. My favorite candy bar is usually 50 cents. But guess what? Today it's on sale for 50% off. I have no idea what to do, so I decide to go with licorice instead. I pull out my money. I have a $5 bill, a $1 bill, a quarter, and a penny. George Washington is on both the quarter and the $1 bill. Abraham Lincoln is on both the penny and the $5 bill. So which is true? 1 Washington equals 25 Lincolns. 5 Washingtons equal 1 Lincoln. 1 Washington equals 100 Lincolns. Or 1 Lincoln equals 20 Washingtons. Don't forget to show your work, like I always tell you. Extra credit. How do you think Thomas Jefferson feels about all of this? I'm now a raving math lunatic. What if this keeps up for a whole year? How many minutes of math madness would that be? What's your problem, my sister says. 365 days times 24 hours times 60 minutes, I snarl. Dinner begins, no relief. While passing the mashed potatoes, Mom says, what your father says is false. Dad helps himself to some potatoes and says, what your mother says is true. I think about this for a minute. If what Mom says is true, then what Dad says is false. But if what Dad says is false, then what Mom says isn't true. And if what Mom says isn't true, then what Dad says isn't false. But that can't be true because he says that what Mom says is true. And she says that's what he says is false. That sounds really confusing to me. Have you guys ever had a conversation where you don't know what's going on? Can that be true? I think about that. Then I think about it some more. Then I think I better just go to bed. I'm gonna have to agree with her on that one. I undo 8 buttons plus 2 shoelaces. I subtract 2 shoes. I multiply times 2 socks and divide by 3 pillows and get 5 sheep, remainder 1, which is all I need to count before I fall asleep. The problems really begin. What kind of problem could you have while you were sleeping? Maybe you could dream about math, but that doesn't seem that bad. I dream I'm trapped in a room with no doors, no windows. The room is covered with a lifetime of problems. Oh no. Have any of you ever been trapped in a room with just math problems? I feel like you would feel the same way. I have only 1 piece of chalk. How do I get out? I'm about to give up and die when the answer to my problem comes to me. Fractions! That's how important they are. I break the chalk in half. Then I put the 2 halves together. 1 half plus 1 half equals a whole. I put the whole on the wall and jump out. I'm 3, she says. I feel like we'd all be happy to get out of a little room with a bunch of math problems. However, I don't know if you could break a piece of chalk in half and do that. I wake up on Wednesday morning at 7:15. It takes me 10 minutes to get dressed, 15 minutes to eat breakfast, and 1 minute to brush my teeth. My bus leaves at 8. What time will I be ready? 7:41. She made sure she had time to spare. No problems. Do you think all of her curses are over? We'll see. I've broken the math curse. I can solve any problem. And life is just great until science class when Mr. Newton says, what do you guys think? You know you can think of almost everything as a science experiment. Have you guys ever thought of any other classes as being a curse? You might have some teachers who have the grammar curse. They tend to be able to correct your spelling and grammar just like that. So any of that could also be counted as a curse. But this really does go to show you that we're not just teaching you stuff to be mean. It really can apply to everyday